This set of notes is about kinetic molecular theory, or KMT, and gases. There is a set of Cornell notes in Schoology for you to use to follow along with this presentation. So if you have that, go ahead and date and topic. All right, so kinetic molecular theory is an idea that has a few different parts. Let's just look at the name of it first of all. Kinetic is a word that means moving. And molecular, of course, has to do with molecules. Right? So a kinetic molecular theory is a theory about moving molecules, and it has a few different parts. The very first part of it that we have is that matter is made of tiny particles, and those tiny particles can come in different things or different varieties depending upon what kind of matter we have. If it's an element, they can come as atoms. Those tiny particles could be molecules if we're talking about molecular compounds, and they can also be bonded in networks like salt, NaCl, etc. But regardless of what kind of matter we're talking about, idea number one of the kinetic molecular theory is that the matter is made of tiny particles. For idea two, I'm going to ask you to stop watching this video and go back into Schoology, and there's two videos there that I'd like you to go ahead and watch. The diffusion of farts video and the diffusion of food coloring video. Then come back and pick up your notes in this video. All right, so hopefully from those two videos you learned or you saw the second idea of kinetic molecular theory, which is this idea that the particles, the tiny particles we talked about, are always in motion. It doesn't matter whether we're talking about a solid, a liquid, or a gas, those particles are always in motion. In a solid, they're simply vibrating and bouncing off of one another. In a liquid, they're moving around a little bit, but are still mostly attracted to one another. And in a gas, they're free to move about. Third big idea in kinetic molecular theory is all of those little particles have attractions between them. Some attractions are stronger than others. This is the difference between bonds and something we talked about one time called intermolecular forces. All right, so if the attractions between the particles are stronger, they're going to be held together more. If the attractions between the particles are weaker, they're going to be more free to move around. This is also related to a fourth idea, which is that the particles are going to collide with each other. And some collisions are stronger than others. Particles that have heavier mass and faster speed typically end up with stronger collisions. All right? So again, particles will collide with each other in the process of moving around. So now if we think about the state of matter of gases, in terms of kinetic molecular theory, we can say the following things around them. Right? Gases, in terms of particles in a gas, those collision forces we just talked about are a lot stronger than the attraction forces. How can we tell? Because the particles in a gas are not sticking to each other. They're very free to move about. And as a result of that, those particles get very spread out. Okay? If you take those two pieces of information, that the collisions are stronger than the attraction and the particles are spread out, you end up being able to explain some of the properties, some of the things we can see at the human level about gases. They tend to be low density. Why? Because they're spread out. They tend to be able to change shape or be fluid. Why? Because they're not stuck to one another. They're able to move around each other very easily. And last but not least, they can change their volume. Other words we use for this is they're compressible, expandable, or they fill their container. And why is that? Again, it's because there are spaces in between them so that we can shove them closer to one another or pull them further apart very easily. All right, so that is your basic introduction to reminding you what gases are like in terms of kinetic molecular theory.